morning guys, it's Jenny here from Just Jenny Journaling. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to finally get the flip through done of Millicent's Memories. She's a truly unique, one-of-a-kind journal, and such as one that, you know, if you picked it up, you'd find that it would hold the treasured memories of sketches and magazine clippings of a real fashionista from the past. So filled with vintage fashion and all things lovely. It's a soft covered, well, kind of soft covered journal. Well, it's not soft covered really. It covers an envelope. The fabric is the fabric's not vintage actually. It's like a cherry blossom type fabric. If you can see that, cherry blossom type fabric, and it has different elements hand sewn onto it. So that's the back. As you can see, the back pocket has one of the vintage butterflies on from some vintage fabric that I have. I'm using at the moment. Made a pocket with some upholstery fabric, and the front also is layered up, as you can see, with this beautiful image from, I picked it up from a cross stitch set, and a vintage, the doily is vintage, and pieces of muslin and just bits of the fabric that I have in my stash, hand sewn, so all the elements are hand sewn onto the cover. She comes wrapped. Her closure with an eyelet at the back is a really quite sumptuous bow of this beautiful sort of ribbon. And let me just check her size. I've got it all written down because I didn't want to forget anything, although I'll do a really detailed description below. Okay, so she is 22 centimetres high, 16 centimetres wide. Her spine is 5 centimetres across. She holds 142 pages. 142 pages, which is 284 front and back. Okay, so we have inside coffee dyed paper, hand dyed. I've used hand dyed paper. I used some ink pads that I had in my stash to dye all sorts of paper for this project. The 5 signatures that it holds, 3 of the signatures have pages, and 2 of the signatures are basically ephemera holders, folders, which we'll see as we go through. Okay, so first and foremost, we have front and back. Oh yes, must just say before I forget, these little butterflies and bits and pieces are available in my store. I was putting packs together while I was finishing off this journal, and so I have little packs. So you've got we'll get like 3 pieces of fabric, different pieces of upholstery fabric, and 3 butterflies according to the colour scheme that you go for. So these are available. These will be available. These are available now. Full descriptions on there. I will do a probably little video, and some of the larger pieces are the fabric packs available as well. I should get those live too. So if you want to do any covers, etc, you can. Right, stop waffling, Jen. Let's get on. So front and back, I have the Parisian butterfly fabric inside, and this front and back signature covered in. This is from Artie May's, this beautiful design, her vintage London design. If you can see how lovely that is. So front and back, that's from the Artie May's. That's printable, and that's from the same, which I love, Selfridges. Can you see just how beautiful that is? Visitors Day, every day at Selfridges. And on the back of this, you have, let me show you. So it's just, how elegant is this lady? How elegant is this lady? Love it, love it, love it. So what I've done here, yeah, just popped a little, what's the word? So I'll warn you now, this isn't for serious journaling because of all the elements that it has. So little ruffle, ribbon ruffle, silk, not washi, what's this called? Oh, I remember, and a brad. Okay, if you can see the details in that, the floral details in that brad. I think that's lovely. And on the back here, I've just layered up some more of the, oh, what is it called? It's silk. It's from India. Sari silk. Sari silk. Yes. And this is this here is Liberty's fabric with all my butterflies and a little doily. And yeah. So these here, this little this beautiful little it's like, it feels like handmade paper, but it's not. I don't know what it is, but these elements were in my ephemera box I got from Rosie in June for vintage ephemera. Just a little teardrop, paper clip with the dangle here, which I think would be lovely. Just to say, yes, on the sides, guys, I forgot to say, we have lace fabric tabs and card tabs. We have little more paper clip just with little beads on. Yeah, so those are on the sides, which I think really add to the journal. So this is what you'll see, things tucked in. Love this. This is from one of my nostalgic postcard set, and I've been hoarding this one. This is ones of Emmeline and Christabel Pankhurst. So you will find those dotted about that I kept in my stash. A little printable of a vintage Newcastle to Carlisle Railway train ticket. So it's obviously, you know, something that she may well have done herself or over the years. Pop that in as a little memento. This is a page from a book I got have on the Great Gatsby, Fashions of the Great Gatsby. This isn't a printable, this is actual book page. Okay, so McCall's swimsuit pattern. 1930s music paper, which I still have in my stash, surprisingly. This was sketch paper. As you can see, that's hand dyed and it's just come out however it wants to. Butterfly, what's the word, paper. I've done the size, yeah. So this little postcard here, this little tuck spot is from Zebby Ephemera's Vintage Garden. There are a few of those in here, and you'll see, did I mean to tuck those in? That it's a little tuck spot. You can tuck something in there should you wish to. Add anything else. Something from her garden, a little garden book that perhaps she really, maybe one of her flower garden plans for one summer. A little bit of a book she read about Victorian housekeeping. Just some little details of some underwear that she liked one season. This I think is lovely. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And I've just glued that down onto this it's sketch paper, hand dyed. And then you've got, I've raided my vintage postcard collection, postage stamp collection. And then I've gone across it with a stamp that I have of like a postmark, which I think is lovely. These, this is from a little set of cards that I picked up. These aren't vintage, they're just vintage style with the different like ads on them, which I think are so pretty. And I've just tucked that in like so you can journal underneath should you wish to. But it's lovely, all the ads on it. So we have here, this is again from my from the book. This image, it's not a copy, it's actually from the book. And I just love this image. I think it's adorable. I made a feature of it by pairing it with just a fabric flip on this side. And if you can see, that's the colours. The colours go really well. And then it has a little tab, and then a little, one of the Tim Holtz sort of number brads. This could have been 1922. It could, you know, it could have been when she was 22, attending her first ball. But you know, who's to say? Just some little William Morris effects that I have from the calendar. I've got some of the pages and from the calendar on the back. I thought those looked pretty, so I popped that in. Just a little something. I thought, you know what? She might have torn this out of a magazine. It is from my Sears catalogue, copy of the Sears catalogue from the 1920s that I have in my stash. And just sort of thing that you might just tuck away here. Cash paid to treasure, a little invoice. that she's popped in for some reason, and some details on some garden ideas that she had, the fern garden, how to make, keep and enjoy it. And this is a printable from Nick the Booksmith. 1950s Pitman's catalogue. There are pages interspersed throughout, and the little stamps of the vintage typewriter, because I love them. And I thought it was quite nice for a thoroughly modern Millie to have in her stash too. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can. There you go. Now, if you can see that, maybe just a little memento from somewhere she visited, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. And this was from a big book I have on Victorian garden catalogue. Pitman's Business Typewriting is something that she might have done in later life, perhaps. And this is from 1950, and probably would have been the copy that my mum would have, not the actual copy, but you know, that time period, because she did typewriting. That was her thing, and shorthand and all that. Yeah. So anyway, this I loved this image. Absolutely loved this image from the book. It is a lady. Can't remember her name. It is a lady, but I just love the way I wanted it to reflect on this particular image here. This is from the Nick the Booksmith printable, and I liked the gentleman on the back, and I like to think it might have been either her brother or maybe her fiance. Just a couple of things that she liked for him, and I liked the idea of it being to do with travel outfits. So I popped that little vintage train sticker on the bottom, vintage travel sticker, a little bit of stamping. Love the way the colours, this die came out. I love it, love it. More of that washi. So you've got a little bit here about the Langtree wave for young ladies. So that's really going back a bit. Might be to do with her grandma. I don't know. Let's see. That she's popped in there. This is beautiful. Charming dresses for the coming summer season. Absolutely love that. So I just decided to stick that in. Again, men's fashions. That's actual book page. And another little postcard that's from Debbie from the Fembridge Vintage Garden. But I've just popped a little something in here. It's like from Vintage Ads. And this is from the... this I picked out right originally, this beautiful card, when I picked up these nostalgia postcard sets. Been one of my favourites. I've thought about using one of my journals, but it actually sits really nicely in this one. Scenes without words. And just on that subject, on cards, just to say that this one on the back, this beauty here, and I think there's another one. I think there's another one inside. Is from my personal collection. I picked probably about a set of 10 out on holiday. My son was probably about 4. He's now 17. So these have been in my stash for a while, but I thought that she looks really nice on the back there. I thought she looked lovely, so there she sits. This is a little sticker, Harper's Contents. That's from, can't see the date, but anyway, it's lovely. Again, that's the little bit from the William Morris wallpaper calendar. Some more underwear here, taffeta silk petticoat, and oh yeah, just little bits. Enchantingly modish and ever so attractively priced. I thought we need to know that. This lovely sticker here, like a collage piece from using like a Vogue cover. Now this is from Cuba. This 8-cent stamp, and I like to think this beautiful, this is a book page that I have, and it's from Bygones. It's called Bygone Days, but I love that image. I love the colours. I actually kind of like the image. Remember, it's from a different time, so it's kind of fascinating and disturbing at the same time, but you know, it is Bygone Days, and I just thought this may be something from her, a storybook that she had as a child, you know. The back of the what's that called again? Liberty piece of fabric. Beautiful. I just absolutely love this. Absolutely love this image. And then I've paired it with just a little bit of scrapbook paper on this side and done some stamping over it. And it's just got a few bits, because there's such a lot, few bits and pieces in these multiple pockets that you can keep in, you can take out, you can swap things around from later on in the journal, you can journal on them, put them back in, whatever you like really, you know, whatever you like. This beautiful poster is from the book, the Great Gatsby book, and it's not a printable, it's the actual book page you've got in there. And as you can see, it just has, no, it's on the next one, isn't it? Right, so you've got the gardening bits and pieces on here, which I love, the Nick the Booksmith, the Nursery Pockets specimen book, and then just have here, I've just popped the two different designs because of the wallpaper as a tab. You've got your eyelet and little, I don't think it's glass actually, no, it is a little plastic bead, but it's pretty nonetheless, and that goes in there on the bulb pin. Here we have the, this is from a book on Jane Austen that I have. This is a handwritten letter, and I just thought it might be the fact that, you know, Millicent may just love Jane Austen and have that popped in her diary, might be something she's written, she's read herself, sorry. Shoes, this beautiful piece from the Sears catalogue, actual book page, again not printable, actual book page. So you've got shoes on that side and maybe some underwear that she was replenishing one season, and so she's popped that in there as well. So we've got that. I love this where it says on credit 10 cents a week, 10 cents a week, on credit 10 cents a week. Yeah, I think that's really lovely, those little snippets. So in here I've just popped in, I love vintage typewriters. I'm sure most of us who love anything vintage just love a little vintage typewriter. So this here is that's from the Pitman's book. I just love the image, and it's got all the bits and pieces, and then the little explanation of all the parts on the back and how it works, the mechanics of it. Little funny high pocket here with some bits and pieces in for about spring styles that she may have torn out of a magazine or cut out and thought, oh, I like the look of that. Greetings card I just like. This here is just another piece of the Sears. Because of the way it sits, the pages are really high, so I needed to cut things down to get them into some of my journals, and cut them in such a way that you don't, you know, cut people off in half. A piece of here, this is from an old book that I have on vintage furniture. It's an old book, and it's measured drawings of a mahogany writing table of the Adam period, and I just thought that was quite nice. I love that, and I just thought I'd pop it in, really. Another of the vintage postal stamps. These are gorgeous, these pages. These pages are lovely. Lovely. That's this is from a, oh yes, and I just thought I'd do a little bit of stamping, very faint stamping on the back here. I love that. It could have been a little book page that she liked. Or this is from one of the books I have. It's on Victorian florals, and I thought, do you know what, again, something she's seen, picked up, liked, maybe loves those particular flowers, maybe to do with a wedding bouquet, or I don't know, something or some such. Again, the centre page is from the Bygones book, Memories from Her Childhood Perhaps, Memories from Her Childhood Perhaps, and little sticker, just a little detail, and that's, I thought that looked a bit like a film reel, so it's just the edge of a page really, but I like the way that looked in there. Again, details from the that's from the Great Gatsby fashion book, the golden book. Love it. little tuck in here, you know, just from maybe some herb or something she was trying to grow in her garden. Some boots that she may have liked or remembered from her childhood. Love that. Just a little sticker that I've popped in there. That's a little high pocket, got some bits and pieces in it. And this is what's the word? Just a scrapbook paper tab with the eyelet and the lovely pink. That's quite heavy. That is a stone, that bead. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it is. It's not plastic. It's a stone. It's stone. I thought this looked nice. I really liked it, so I tried. What I've done here is I've just popped it in as like a fold out, and this very so this lady, let me introduce you to Miss Phyllis Drury, and she's the winner of the News Chronicle Typing Championship. Just to let you know, just in case, you know, could have been one of Millicent's friends. You never know. You never know. So I'll pop that in there, and here we've got something from Le Petit Parisien. Let's pop you back properly. And then I popped this in. I didn't know, I didn't like to, I thought this is such a beautiful page of festoon necklaces. We all need them, don't we, ladies? And then on the back you've got for practical use and sportswear. I think I'm going to be rocking up in a pair of these. But I do love them. So anyway, that just tucked in because it's obviously. And again, we've got little paper, teardrop paper clip with one of the little stone beads on it. Oh, it's my music paper. Yep, I forget what I was doing there. Some more of the Sears, which is beautiful. Some more of the shoes. The other side of that Jane Austen letter. And so I hand sewed this in. I hand sewed this little piece of lace in, and again she has this little, again you've got your little butterfly and you've got your little stone thingy. Bead is the word, mummy. Right, on the back, on this here, this is the second, what's the word, little folder, ephemera folder, and I popped one of these in from a previous project. So this has got just a little lady in there, as you can see, and it's made from a vintage atlas page. And yeah, you may remember this, some of you guys, when I did some traveller's notebooks maybe a couple of years ago, I don't know. And so this is some lace that I had in my stash, and then on the back here you've got these lovely bits and pieces. So that's just tucked in over the side here. This is just a little, just some bits from the, it's one of from my Vogue cover postcards, and this was a piece of Happy Mail for me from a friend. So how did I have that? I think I had it like that, didn't I? Did I have it like that? Yeah, tucked in like so. So that's your ephemera folder. Take things out, put things in, should you wish to. And then on the last signature we has got a little pocket again on inside and out. What have I got in here? Oh yes, I have. This is from a journal that somebody made me in a junk journal swap. So I've just finished using it, and I've taken used some of the ephemera because it's really pretty. So I've kept some, and I thought this goes really nice. I think just put a bit of a napkin on there, a little bit of a ticket. It's beautiful. And I've got some of my original. I've got a book, well, some books of original tea cards. Some of them are a bit battered, to be fair, but I found this and I popped these in. So these are original tea cards from I think it's Brook Bond Tea, but I thought that they look lovely in there. You can do with what you wish. And these, I've kept the side open, so it's easy to slide things in and out. A Stamperia, this beautiful paper, and that has one of my stamps on it. That's not, I don't think that's vintage, this one. This was, I don't know. I think I picked that up in WH Smith. They had like a floral collection. I think they did. Anyway. This I love. This was a card that I had in my stash for ages. Life is about new adventures, and I just love her little suitcase and how elegant she looks. how elegant is that? So, sorry guys, this is getting long. Let me just, so beautiful, absolutely beautiful. She's a chunky monkey, as you can see. So, you know, as I said, she's not for serious journaling. It is a fun journal for sort of quotes and bits and pieces. Little butterfly, I thought I'd pop her there. Maybe more pictures. If you're somebody you know loves vintage fashion, just a lovely gift for them, really. Manhattans. Under muslins, best in their class. Bathrobes and kimonos, and then that's the centre of this, house dresses. So, love that. And that again is an actual page from the repro catalogue. And as is this. Okay, famous waltzes. That's from a different. This isn't a 1932. This is a slightly newer. I think it's 1950s. This book music page. Underwear again. You've got to have good undergarments. This beautiful paper here is was from the tops. It's handmade something or other. I don't know what it. It comes at the top of the vintage ephemera boxes, with all the stamps on that are in the box, and I've kept the seal. This is the other one. This is the other one from my stash from years ago that I thought went really well here. So I've tucked it in just there, like so. Yeah, that's the other one that I've had in my stash for ages. I've tucked this in thinking, again, it could be something that she just likes. One of her favourite flowers, or one of her success stories from a gardening, summer garden one year. These stickers I had in my stash, and I thought that went really well with this picture here of a lady travelling. This is one of my favourite images from the book. That's straight from the book. That is not printable. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? This is just from my stash, but I thought the colours went really well with that lovely image. This is an Oxford book of flowers. I think it's garden flowers, I'm not sure. Just a piece of fabric that I've done some practice stitching on, and I thought I'd pop a bulb pin on it, and these are two of the different little stone beads. So this is the last, is that the last? Yeah. So I love this. This is one of the cards that I've kept back in my stash. Flower Sellers, London, 1905. But aren't they lovely? So anyway, I've let go of it. I think it looks really nice there. In here, I've got a couple of different heights, I think, for the pockets. And this was from the tea card catalogue. So she's a bit damaged on the back, I'm afraid, but I just love these ladies here. I thought that looked really nice, so I've popped those in. And this lady is Irene Dunn, a Broadway star from the 20s. And that's, I thought, you know what, let's pop her in. Might be something that Millicent remembers watching, going to. And this might be something that from her grandma's time. Anyway, that's it, guys. That is Millicent's Memories. She should be in my store. She should be in my store by the time you see this video. Please like this video and give it a thumbs up. And if you do, of course. If you don't, then don't. Thanks for your time. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.